All right, so happy Monday to everybody. Energy is so on point today for a Monday. For a Monday. So that's definitely a good thing. So I want to talk about preparing for elevation and manifesting. Manifesting is another favorite topic of mine um, because I have learned to become a master at manifesting. But, manifesting for me was a struggle at first because it was like, okay, I put it out there, whatever it is that I wanted. When is it going to show up? How am I going to do it? Am I doing the right things to bring it to fruition? That whole thing was going on in my mind. Um, but, then you learn that when you're manifesting something, you are putting it out there, you are writing it down, you're speaking it, you're making it plain, and you're really just kind of falling back on how it's going to happen, how it's going to show up, when it's going to show up, because timing is everything, and we're not in control of that. We're not in control of any of that stuff, like how it's going to how it's going to show up or when or anything. But we know what we want, right? We know what we want. We know what our desires are. We know what we're seeking. We know what we want. What we're expecting, basically, to happen. And so, in preparation for what it is that we're manifesting and what we have spoken, out into the universe, which the universe will present us with when it gets ready, right? When she's ready, right? So, um, we do need to prepare for that. And there's some things that, when we're speaking about your next level, there's some things that we need to be mindful of, and some things we need to change. Okay. So one of the things I like to do is reflection, because when I do reflection, it's easier for me to get revelations on things like that. When you're speaking it out and you're talking things through, um, it's easy to get revelation. So the revelation I got, one of the revelations I got this year, was unhealthy patterns of thinking. And when you can identify some of the things that could be blocking your manifesting, or blocking whatever it is that you're trying to create, or whatever it is you want to show up, then you can disrupt that. Patterns of thinking is like number one thing, right? How we think, what we're thinking about, how we're controlling our thoughts, if we are controlling our thoughts, or are we letting our thoughts control us, right? So that's one of the major things, is not allowing your thoughts to just take over, like take the wheel, but you actually controlling what it is that you're thinking, and disrupting those negative and unhealthy patterns of thinking, because it is a pattern, it becomes a pattern. And so that's why I say we have to change our habits, and we have to adjust to new habits and to new normals in order to see things manifest. So one of the things is mindfulness, just having mindfulness. I say mindfulness and meditation equals magic, and not really just any type of meditation, but any type of guided meditation, transcendental meditation. That's something that I briefly studied in college. And that's something you do for 20 minutes, but even if you can give 5 minutes of meditation to really just quiet your mind and calm your mind, it can do a world of difference. It can make a world of difference for what's happening in your life, and just being mindful of things going on throughout the day, like things that you're doing, things that are happening, just certain situations, certain things that come up, and just really being mindful, writing things down. um, Maybe you need to reflect on it later, things like that. So something that we really have to understand, even as entrepreneurs, is what are the spiritual factors that could be impeding or expanding our success, our manifesting, our money manifestation, right? So, and that's one of the things. One of the things is mindfulness and meditation and things like that, quieting your mind. Um, One of the things that I love about quieting the mind is it's a form, it kind of disciplines you to calm down. And when you calm down, you're calming everything down in your body. So it's like, when your mind is calm, everything else is calm in your body, right? So that helps you to have a clear, just a clear vision, a clear purpose on what it is that you need to be doing. And I say couple this with strategy, and I'll get into strategy in a few minutes. But the thing about quieting your mind is that your thoughts become, more vivid. So then, so then you can understand basically what it is that you need to do, the steps that you need to take. Everything is intuitive. Like if you just really trust your instincts and trust yourself more, things happen a lot quicker. Our manifestation process happens a lot quicker when we trust ourselves. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. Okay. Because, your confidence, all that kind of just all goes together. So your daily practices have to also be different, right? Next level means new habits, new daily practices, new routines. Even I was saying, I was speaking to somebody about this before about creating a morning routine. That's something I've never done because I'm not a morning person. Usually, if you talk to me before 10 o'clock, I'm just, yeah, it's just not good. It's not good. But that has to change, right? So we have to realize the things that we need to change and how we're going to discipline ourselves to actually make that happen so it becomes a new normal, right? Not getting stuck where we are and not staying stuck where we are and not dwelling there, but actually changing the things that we know are necessary to change because we have to prepare for that elevation, right? It doesn't just come. You have to prepare for it. And if it does come, then how are you gonna feel about it? How are you gonna react to it if you're not prepared? So that's the thing. So daily practices, reflection. If reflection is for you is writing, I know some people like to journal a lot. For me, I love to write, but journaling is just not my thing. I have to speak it out. I have to talk things out. If I talk it out, then I can really get my own answers to my questions, and just things that I need to show up, like what needs to happen next, this and that. If I talk it out, it's easier for me. But writing, if that's something you need to do, then write it out or speak it out. Okay, there's power in the pen. There's power in the tongue. So those things, quieting your mind, that's another thing. It gets you centered and also gets you connected. So that's another thing with keeping your mind calm and doing these periodically throughout the day, doing these things because it's great to do it in the morning, but also do it throughout the day as you go on with your day because things are happening throughout the day. And so sometimes you just take a few minutes for yourself to just get back centered and get back connected. So if you need to do those things, do those things. And this all helps you prepare for your elevation. Okay. So it's really basically that. It's not a whole bunch of things that you need to change and a whole bunch of things that you need to do, but only you know that for yourself because you know how you think, you know what your habits are, you know what your patterns are. And if you need to make some adjustments, then do that. Do what's necessary. Okay. Um, so we can also talk about how we're going to get to that six figure success or multiple six figures or wherever you are, but leveling up from where you are. Okay. So the first thing really is not internalizing your past money mistakes because that's a big thing. It's really a big thing that I've seen a lot of women doing, a lot of women that I've spoken to, clients that I've had, they are internalizing things that have happened in the past. Maybe they made a bad decision, a bad investment. It didn't go the way they wanted it to go. So now they're stuck there. oh, it can happen again. No, it doesn't mean it's going to happen again. It just means you've internalized it, and that's how you choose to think about it, right? So we have to learn to let go. We have to learn to let go. And we can say it's easier said than done, but honestly, it's something that has to be done. And you have to figure out a way to do that, right? So sometimes you are when you are delaying your healing process from mistakes and bad decisions and stuff like that, that can also hinder the manifestation, right? So it all has to do with how we are thinking about things. That's another pattern of thinking, you know. And a lot of people, they get to a point where they're slow to do things, they're slow to make a decision, they're slow to take a risk because that thing from 2013 happened and it just kind of ruffled their feathers. So we have to learn how to let go, okay? Because honestly, you can change your story. Whatever that happened, but you can change the story. You can change the narrative, control the narrative of your business. What means more to you, holding on to that or your business going to another level? It's really a decision that you have to make. Another thing with decisions, right? It's a decision that we have to make. So when you internalize those things, yes, you can plateau. You can, stay stuck where you are and not move to the next level. So you have to break through those barriers, get rid of those energy blocks, get rid of those money blocks, all the blocks that are happening so that you can see the abundance that you want to see happen in your life and in your business. Okay. So that's one of the things that I see a lot of women doing. And so with strategy, I can say collaboration is key on some level, collaborating on some level. And I'm not going to tell you to sit here and build a community first. Yes, that's important. Okay. That's very important. But we're talking about speeding up this process. So collaboration is the key to that. You can leverage someone else's community. Okay. All right. So and this is how we prepare. This is all about preparing for our elevation. Okay. So you have to have some strategy with whatever else is going on. Right. So leveraging someone else's community, leveraging their audience, whatever you want to call it, is a faster path because those people are already trusting that person you're collaborating with. They've established the brand. They've established the trust. The trust factor is there. So once you're associated, it's like association. It's something like that. It's like they instantly are going to want to be in your world because of that association. Okay. So leveraging that is a faster path, whether it's doing webinars, whether it's doing any type of events together, cross promotion. Okay. I've done that before where in cross promotion is just when you are when you connect with somebody in your network that somebody in your network, they have a list, they promote your offer to their list. You promote their offer to your list. That type of thing. That's cross promoting. So if you can get people in your network to do that with you, I mean, that's a golden thing to have. That plus referrals, it's different strategies, but it makes total sense when you put it all together. It just makes total sense when you put it all together. Okay, so we're talking about leverage, right? Also, if you're doing this, you want to be strategic. You want to be intentional, first of all, about who it is you're collaborating with, right? Making sure that their audience is could be your people, or your people, right? Your target. You know what your target is, sorry. You know what that is. Um, and if you don't know who that is, just get a little bit deeper into who that person is so that you're not wasting time. And that's really all that's about. You just don't want to waste time doing things that won't help you grow. Okay? Because if we're talking about a faster path to manifesting, there's some things that we have to do. And being strategic and intentional about who it is that we're dealing with as far as collaborating, that makes a lot of sense. It doesn't make sense to do things that aren't just not going to help you. It just doesn't make any kind of sense. Not to me anyway. You know, I mean, we collaborate with people sometimes because we like them. Oh, they're good. They're good at what they do. You know, they're a genius at what they do. You see their brilliance. You see their expertise. You see them shining, but it's like, well, they don't really have the audience. If we want to get to that the next level, they have to have the audience too, right? They have to have that too, you know. And it's not you're not discriminating, you're not doing anything like that, but it just has to make sense for you. Okay, this is business. It's not personal. It's business. So having that in place, you know, having partners and cohorts, you can, you know, creating a cohort of people that you can collaborate with, and also having an affiliate program. You know, this is what a lot of people don't have, but an affiliate program is a great thing to have because it helps not only for you to make more sales, but it gets people into your world. It gets more people into your world by you just leveraging people who have either bought your program, have, you know, maybe they're a client or they were a past client or something like that, but they believe in it. If they become an affiliate, they honestly, you know, believe in it. So, you know, you give them a commission for promoting, selling your, you know, your product or service. And that's just what that's just what that is. I mean, it's just a faster path to getting things done. And you don't, you know, you're still working, you're still doing your thing, but there's other people helping you. You know, there's other people doing their thing to help you out as well. So that's really a faster path, like doing those two things, having those two strategies. It's really three if you include referrals. So, like leveraging through collaboration, referrals, and an affiliate program. Those three things. Okay. So, if anything, you know, set your week up to actually build that up, you know, build that type of network up of people who will do who can do that for you, who can be there for you. You can be there for them, you know, however you guys arrange it. But just kind of build that whole thing and, you know, start today if you haven't started already. Okay. Because it's really a thing. It's really something that you can do right away because people are always willing to not only help you more than you know, more than you know. People are willing to help you more than you know, and but you can also help them. Okay, and that's what business is about. You know, nobody, you know, going at it alone is like the longest route in the world. So collaboration is really key to opening up more opportunities and more doors and all that good stuff for you. Okay, so that's really all about manifesting and really speeding up the process. Um, all I can really say is that if you have set out to maybe have 20, 20K months or 30K months or 50K months, whatever that income goal is, then you have to make a plan on how you're going to get there. Okay. And then you need accountability. That's another thing. You need accountability. Like, what does that plan look like? How are you going to execute it? And then who's going to hold you accountable? Do you trust yourself enough to hold yourself accountable? We all need somebody to hold us accountable. Okay. So that's something that you need to think about as well. You don't have an accountability partner, get an accountability partner and do that this week, right? It makes it a lot more easy for you to really just stay disciplined, because you got to get it done. If you have an accountability partner, you got to get it done because they're going to check in if they're a good kind of accountability partner. They're going to check in. They're going to want to know, what did you do? Did you accomplish it? Whatever it is. And set daily goals. That's another thing. Setting daily goals, setting weekly goals, short-term goals. You know, you don't have to stretch it out too far. Just every little step counts, right? This is what I have to do to make my next 20K or my next 50K, right? Have the plan, map it out. Okay. This is what I do with clients. We actually map out a short term plan, step by step at their own pace, you know, but these are the things that have to be done to get to that point. Okay. So just have all that together. And this is how you're going to prepare for your next level. Okay, so now I'll be announcing soon because I have the Next Level Success Summit coming up actually next month. Okay, in October 24th. It starts October 24th. So I'm going to actually be putting that out so you guys can join in and um, just hear these wonderful, wonderful interviews that I've done with these amazing women. Amazing women. So and that's going to be it's going to be an epic event, and summits are my thing, so I'm really back in my element, and I'm excited about it. So yeah, so I want you guys to actually sign up. I'll have the page up soon for you to sign up and hear these interviews because there's some really golden nuggets in these interviews that you need to hear. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions about what we talked about today, hopefully you are inspired to continue manifesting. One thing I love to do is binge manifesting different things, and just seeing it happen. It's so amazing. So just continue on your journey to manifesting what it is that you want, and just put it out there and letting go of the results of when it's going to show up, how it's going to show up. Okay, just trust yourself that you're doing the right things to you know, make it happen, make it show up, and that's it. All right, so that's really all. If you have any questions, please let me know. All right, take care, guys. I'll see you guys next time.